Let's talk about what a finance clause actually is and how you can use it to help you to purchase a property. So firstly, what is a finance clause? A finance clause is effectively a clause that you put into a contract that allows you to potentially get out of that contract if you're unable to obtain finance. Typically, this would be called making an offer subject to finance, and the most common time frame for this is 14 days. So effectively, you make an offer. In that offer, when you sign the contract, you've got a clause that says if you can't obtain finance within 14 days, the contract can be voided. So when can you actually use this? In Victoria, Queensland, most states apart from New South Wales, they're quite common, unless the property is going to auction. Remember, if you're buying at auction, whatever you make at auction is unconditional, and therefore there are no finance clauses. And that can apply also if you're buying something, I think, within 3 days of auction. Auction rules can apply. So if it's close to the auction date, double check with your solicitor. But let's assume you're buying on a private sale and you're negotiating with the real estate agent. You can effectively put in a subject to finance offer, which allows you to get your ducks in order from a finance point of view after you've made the offer. And this can potentially allow you to move faster on a contract. Now, when would you actually want to do this? There's a few things. So maybe you haven't organized your finance yet and you don't have a pre-approval, or you don't at least have the confidence that your finance is going to be okay and you want to spend time talking to a mortgage broker. Secondly, when you may have a pre-approval, but it may be conditional on a few things that you haven't yet organized, and you now want to organize those things. So potentially that could be, payment of credit cards or whatever it may be. You haven't satisfied those conditions. You want to give yourself time to satisfy those conditions before going unconditional. And finally, you can also do it even if you've got a clean pre-approval, but you're worried the valuation on the property may stack up. By getting a subject to finance clause, you can potentially protect yourself if the valuation of the property comes in lower than what you paid for it. So remember, you can't use this at auctions, and when using them, bear in mind that it may weaken your offer when presenting it to the vendor, but it can be a way that you can reduce your risk when making an offer on a property.